Hey everyone, it's Kim from 3 Olives Branch, and today we are making this cornbread pudding here. This is perfect for the holidays, especially Thanksgiving. It's most often seen in the southern states, and I'm going to show you here how to make this. It is so incredibly easy and simple, and you can see it's almost like a really soft, moist kind of half-baked type cornbread. So we're gonna go walk through the steps and everything that you need, but before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can find all the different recipes and cocktails that I have heading your way. I'm a big believer that if you need to eat to live, then it might as well taste really good. So let's push this aside here and talk about how you can make this cornbread pudding for yourself. All right, so we have our tray of goodies here, and this is all you need. It's actually really simple. So we have one box of the cornbread mix or corn muffin mix, and we'll just put this aside over here. You'll also need 1 can of whole kernel corn drained, so you want to get rid of all of the moisture that's in here. 1 can of cream corn, don't do anything to it. Then we have some melted butter and some sour cream. You could also use plain Greek yogurt if you want to keep it a little bit lighter and a little bit less calories. And then today I'm going to be making a Mexican inspired version with green chilies in it. So we're also going to use some canned green chilies, some cheddar cheese, and garlic powder. I actually recommend using the garlic powder even if you're doing a plain version, just because it adds this magic to food. It's actually one of my secret ingredients. I feel like it adds this like depth of flavor and that little something we're like, huh, what is that, without tasting like you are eating garlic. So little secret weapon here for you. So we're going to get all of this here going, and you'll see how simple and easy this really is. So you just need 1 large bowl for everything here. And we're just going to essentially dump and mix it all together. So we have our cornbread mix. Shake that all out. And this is something that I actually did not grow up with, but I was doing a lot of research on it because I knew I wanted to make something with it because I love corn. Like, it's one of my favorite things. And I was just like, okay, well, what's the difference between a cornbread and a corn pudding and a cornbread pudding and like all these other things that are out there? And I essentially figured out that it's not quite like a true pudding because it's not super like wet or moist or goopy, but it's really like a wet cornbread, like I had mentioned earlier. So it's kind of like a best of both worlds, where you get that cornbread effect and texture without it being too dry. So we're just scooping all of our ingredients here. So we've got our cream corn, our cornbread mix, our corn kernels, a lot of corn happening. All right, so we added in our garlic powder, which again, I recommend no matter what. Then we have our sour cream. Again, you can use Greek yogurt if you'd like. Essentially, either one of those are gonna give you a really great tang. If you use Greek yogurt, use plain. Don't use like vanilla. That would not be good. All right, melted butter. I always scrape everything because there always seems to be a lot like in there. All right, and then again, we are doing a Mexican type Southwest style. A lot of people actually love adding the green chilies to it. So these are just some diced fire roasted green chilies. You can use any heat level you like. I like to use mild to keep it nice and easy for everybody, but with a lot of flavor because I like to put a lot in, so that way no one's face burns off. And then cheddar. I like cheddar when you're making things like this, especially with green chilies, just because you get that real sharp flavor from the cheese, as well as all those cheesy bits and goodness. You could also use like Monterey Jack or Colby Jack or Pepper Jack, but those cheeses are a lot more mild in flavor, so you won't have the same effect. So we're going to keep mixing this up just for a minute here until it is fully combined. And it's not going to take very long. I mean, it's very simple, really. And this is all that you need to do, which is amazing. Some people put eggs in here. I do not. I prefer not to because the eggs are going to add almost like a souffle type texture, like poofy and fluffy, and I'm more of like a dense mush type of a girl. That sounds great, I know, but that's what I prefer. So if you wanted to add egg, I would say add 2 eggs to this. Otherwise, like you saw in that first shot there, it'll be a little bit less like a cake. All right, so we're all mixed up. So now all you have to do is pour this into a sprayed like 9x9 or 8x8 dish. And we're gonna pop it in the oven, and that's it. Like, it's super easy. So we'll come back here when this is done and show you what it looks like. All right, so we have pulled the corn casserole out of the oven, and you can see that I had put a little bit of cheddar and a little bit of the green chilies on top just for effect, but you can absolutely mix it all in if you would like to. And it is ready to serve. So you can cook it as thick or not as you would like. This one is a little bit on the thinner side, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So it definitely has almost like a mashed potato type consistency, but you can cook this as long as you would want to, even all the way up towards like a cornbread consistency. And now when it does have flavor or ingredients in it, like the green chilies or other elements that add some moisture, you are gonna wanna cook it a little bit longer, like around 5 to 10 minutes longer or so than you would if it did not. Just because again, those elements are adding some moisture, which is going to make it on the thinner side. So that's it. That is a creamed corn casserole, super fast and easy recipe. Great side dish for any type of Southern food, Thanksgiving or holidays in general. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this and enjoyed making this as much as we enjoy eating it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more recipes, both for the holiday and in general. We have a lot to share with you moving forward. Thanks for watching.